Have you ever felt like impatience has cost you something important? Maybe it was a career opportunity, a relationship, or even just a sense of inner peace. Impatience is everywhere, pushing us to make hasty decisions, to react before thinking, and to give up too soon. And each time, it costs us something, a chance to grow, to connect, or to achieve something meaningful. Impatience might seem small, but over time, it can erode our lives piece by piece. But here's the good news. What if there were a way to overcome this impulse? A way to replace impatience with a calm resilience that could help you outlast and outshine everyone else? That's exactly what the ancient Stoics taught, and it's a skill you can build, starting right now. In this video, I'm going to share with you the Stoic principles of patience and why they're not only powerful, but life-changing. You'll learn how to handle setbacks without stress, make better decisions by embracing calm, and build a kind of mental endurance that will help you succeed while others burn out. So, if you're ready to stop letting impatience run your life and start building a strength that few people have, stick around. You're about to discover a Stoic approach that could change the way you handle every challenge that comes your way. Number 1. Poor decision-making. Imagine this. You're faced with an important decision, maybe a career move, a financial choice, or even a relationship change. But instead of taking your time, you feel that itch to decide now. You're thinking, if I don't act quickly, I'll miss out. Sound familiar? When we're impatient, our focus shifts to quick fixes and short-term gains. We overlook important details, ignore red flags, and choose what's easiest or fastest rather than what's best in the long run. Instead of asking, is this decision aligned with my goals? We rush to choose simply to relieve that uncomfortable feeling of waiting. Think of someone who impulsively takes a job without considering if it's right for them, only to find out months later that they're unfulfilled or stressed. Or someone who jumps into a major purchase without research, later realizing they overpaid or didn't actually need it. Impatience can turn simple decisions into long-term burdens. The Stoics believed that patience allows us to make decisions from a place of clarity, not urgency. They taught that wisdom comes from taking time to examine options carefully, understanding that what matters most isn't how quickly you choose, but how wisely. By waiting and weighing our choices, we see things as they truly are, not as they appear in moments of impulse. Next time you're faced with an important decision, resist the urge to rush. Ask yourself, am I deciding this because it's right or just because it's fast? Remind yourself that patience, not urgency, leads to the best choices. If you've ever felt the effects of impatience on your own decisions, drop a comment below. Let's talk about how we can all use Stoic patience to make choices we'll be proud of. Number 2. Limits, self-discipline, and perseverance. Have you ever started a new goal, felt motivated and excited at first, but as soon as progress slowed down, you found yourself losing interest? Maybe it was a fitness routine, a new skill, or even a personal project. And before you knew it, you were moving on to something else. Impatience creates this inner voice that says, why isn't this happening faster? Or, if I'm not seeing results right now, maybe it's not worth it. This mentality pushes us to look for shortcuts, to skip the hard work, or to give up entirely when things get tough. But here's the thing, self-discipline is about consistency, about showing up even when progress is slow, and impatience disrupts that completely. Think about someone who's mastered a skill, Maybe a musician who spent years practicing scales, or an athlete who trained relentlessly day in and day out. Their success didn't come from big, flashy moments. It came from the quiet discipline of showing up, of persevering even when progress was invisible. Imagine if they'd given up after just a few weeks, frustrated that they weren't seeing immediate results. They would have missed out on becoming the person they are today. The Stoics believed that true growth requires endurance, that real progress is made in those small, repetitive actions that don't show results right away. They saw patience not as passive waiting, but as an active commitment to the process, to the journey itself. For them, self-discipline was built by learning to be patient with the pace of life, by respecting that change takes time. When we practice patience, we're teaching ourselves to show up even when results aren't immediate, to keep going when things get tough. This builds a type of inner strength that goes beyond motivation. It's the ability to push through discomfort, to stay consistent, and to trust that progress is happening, even if we can't see it right away. And this is where true self-discipline lives, not in the moments of excitement, but in the quiet persistence of showing up day after day. Instead of focusing on big end goals, try setting process goals, smaller, daily or weekly actions that you commit to. For example, if you're working on fitness, commit to working out 3 times a week rather than expecting visible results immediately. This approach shifts your focus to the process, building discipline without the pressure of instant results. Often, we're so focused on the end goal that we miss the small victories along the way. Take time to recognize and celebrate small improvements. Each one is a step forward, and noticing them can keep you motivated and committed. Build your patience muscle by intentionally practicing waiting. Try simple exercises like delaying a small gratification, such as waiting 5 minutes before responding to a text or resisting the urge to check your phone. This helps train your mind to resist instant rewards and strengthens your ability to stay disciplined. Impatience may feel like it's pushing you forward, but in reality, it's pulling you away from what matters: your growth, your resilience, and your ability to stay committed. When you embrace patience, you're not just waiting. You're building self-discipline, you're building perseverance, and you're building the foundation for lasting success. So, what's one goal you've been tempted to give up on because results aren't coming fast enough? Share it in the comments below. And if you're ready to strengthen your patience and discipline, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips on building a resilient mindset. Number 3. Amplifies stress and anxiety. Ever find yourself constantly checking your phone, refreshing your email, or overthinking every small delay? That sinking feeling you get when things aren't moving fast enough, it can start to feel overwhelming, right? Impatience tricks our mind into thinking that everything needs to happen now. We start believing that if things aren't happening fast enough, something's wrong. But here's the thing: this constant urge to speed things up creates a cycle of stress and anxiety. We feel tense, we get frustrated, and we spiral into a state where we can't relax until we have the answers we're looking for. Imagine waiting for a reply on an important message, and every minute that passes feels heavier. Or think about sitting in traffic, feeling like every second is wasted. When impatience takes over, it's not just frustrating, it's exhausting. We become tense, our heart rates go up, and it feels like our minds are stuck in overdrive, racing ahead and filling in every unknown with the worst possible outcome. The Stoics had a saying: if you want to live free of anxiety, Don't let things outside of your control disturb your peace. They understood that impatience is often a reaction to uncertainty, and that this uncertainty doesn't have to control us. They believed that instead of fighting the natural pace of life, we should learn to slow down, to breathe, and to allow things to unfold. When we choose patience, something powerful happens. We release ourselves from the constant grip of stress. Instead of being caught in a loop of what-ifs and why-nots, we give ourselves the space to be calm, to think clearly, and to make better decisions. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means choosing to wait wisely, to find calm in the midst of chaos. The next time you feel impatient, try waiting for just 5 minutes. Don't reach for your phone. Don't distract yourself. Just sit with the feeling. This exercise teaches your mind to handle waiting without stress. It sounds simple, but it can be incredibly powerful. When impatience triggers anxiety, take a moment to focus on deep breathing. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This simple pattern helps calm the nervous system and can bring you back to a centered, peaceful state. Whenever you feel impatience building up, try pausing and asking yourself, will rushing this actually change the outcome? This question helps you see that some things are simply outside of your control. It gives you the mental space to let go of that need for immediate answers. Impatience might feel like it's pushing you forward, but in reality, it's dragging you down. If you can train yourself to embrace patience, to find calm in the waiting, you're not just reducing your anxiety, you're building a mental strength that most people never achieve. If you've ever felt stressed out by impatience, let me know in the comments. What's one thing you're going to try today to manage that feeling? And if this message speaks to you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more on building a calm, stoic mindset. Number 4. Causes burnout. Have you ever felt like you're constantly running on empty, chasing one thing after another, never feeling like you're quite getting there? You're working hard, pushing yourself, but it feels like no matter how much you do, it's never enough. So, you push harder, you go faster, but at what cost? Impatience creates a constant sense of urgency, like there's an invisible clock ticking away, telling us that if we're not achieving our goals right now, we're falling behind. This mindset pushes us to overwork, to sacrifice rest, and to keep going, even when our bodies and minds are crying out for a break. The result? Burnout. A feeling of exhaustion that goes beyond just needing a good night's sleep. It's physical, mental, and emotional. Think about it. How many times have you skipped meals, lost sleep, or sacrificed time with loved ones because you felt you couldn't afford to slow down? Or maybe you've reached a point where the passion you once had for something now feels like a burden. Impatience doesn't just push us to work harder. It strips away our joy and turns everything into a checklist, a race against time that we can't possibly win. The Stoics understood something that we often forget today, that real strength doesn't come from pushing non-stop, but from knowing when to pause. They believed that patience wasn't just about waiting. It was about respecting the natural rhythm of things, including our own need for rest and recovery. They saw rest as a powerful tool, not a weakness. When we embrace patience, we give ourselves permission to recharge, to approach challenges with fresh energy and a clear mind. This means we make better decisions, feel more engaged, and find joy in our work rather than just racing to the next goal. By taking things one step at a time, we're not only preventing burnout, but actually becoming more productive and effective. So how do we apply this idea of patience in our lives to prevent burnout? Start by setting realistic goals that give you space to breathe. Allow yourself time off, even if it's just an hour to recharge. One powerful practice is to schedule intentional breaks throughout your day, moments where you can pause, reset, and reconnect with why you're doing what you're doing. Step 1. Every day, make it a goal to take 5 deep breaths when you feel yourself becoming impatient. This simple act of slowing down can remind you that not everything needs to be done immediately. Step 2. Create a stop ritual. When you finish a task, take 2 minutes to acknowledge your progress instead of rushing to the next thing. This can help you enjoy your work without overwhelming yourself. Step 3. Embrace the idea of progress over perfection. Remind yourself that small, steady steps are better than big, unsustainable leaps. Impatience might feel like it's pushing you forward, but in reality, it's pulling you down. If you're tired of feeling like you're always running on empty, maybe it's time to try something different. Let's take this journey to redefine success through patience, one small step at a time. Let me know in the comments, what's one thing you're willing to slow down on to prevent burnout? And if this message resonates, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more on building a stoic, resilient mindset. Number 5. Missed opportunities for growth. Have you ever looked back and thought, if only I'd had a little more patience, I could have gained so much more from that experience? Maybe it was a project, a skill, or even a relationship that you left too soon because you wanted results right away. Impatience is like having blinders on. When we're fixated on immediate results, we miss the lessons that come with perseverance. We're so focused on what we want right now that we lose sight of the bigger picture, what we're actually gaining by going through the process. Instead of allowing ourselves to fully experience and learn, we jump from one thing to the next, hoping to find quick rewards. Think about it. Maybe you started learning a new skill, like playing an instrument or learning a language, but gave up when you didn't see progress fast enough. Or maybe you were in a job where you felt like things weren't moving at your pace, so you left, only to realize later that you missed out on valuable experience that could have helped you grow. Impatience doesn't just end projects, it ends possibilities. The Stoics had a simple yet powerful belief. True growth doesn't happen overnight. They understood that enduring the process, even when it feels slow or difficult, is where the real transformation happens. For them, every experience, especially the challenging ones, was an opportunity to build resilience, patience, and wisdom. They saw the journey, not just the destination, as essential to personal growth. When we choose patience, we give ourselves the chance to actually grow into what we're pursuing. It's like building a foundation. If you rush, everything is shaky. But if you take the time, you're creating something solid that can withstand the ups and downs. Patience allows us to master skills, build lasting relationships, and gain wisdom that isn't possible when we're always in a hurry. The next time you start a new project or goal, instead of expecting immediate progress, set a timeline that allows you to grow gradually. For instance, if you're learning a new skill, aim for progress in 6 months instead of 6 weeks. This helps you focus on steady improvement rather than quick wins. Create a habit of journaling on what you're learning and how you're growing, rather than just tracking achievements. By focusing on the progress you're making within yourself, you're more likely to appreciate the journey and stick with it. When we're impatient, we view failure as a setback. But when we're patient, we see failure as a teacher. Each mistake or struggle is a chance to learn, to refine, and to improve. Try to look at failures not as signs to quit, but as valuable lessons that strengthen your path. Impatience might feel like it's driving you forward, but it often pulls you away from the experiences that could truly transform you. When we embrace patience, we're not just waiting, we're giving ourselves room to grow, to learn, and to become stronger, wiser versions of ourselves. What's one thing you've given up on too quickly because of impatience? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. And if you're ready to start seeing patience as a tool for growth, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more insights on building a resilient mindset. So, what does impatience really cost us? As we've seen, impatience can quietly undermine our success and well-being in ways we don't always recognize. It's not just a minor frustration, it's a mindset that holds us back from our potential. Impatience may seem small, but its effects are far-reaching. By practicing patience, we're choosing to value long-term growth over short-term gratification, building resilience and clarity along the way. So next time you feel that urge to rush, take a deep breath, step back, and remember that patience is a tool that can transform not only how you approach life, but the results you achieve. If you're ready to bring more patience into your life, hit the like button and let us know in the comments how impatience has affected you. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on building a strong, resilient mindset.